Out of nowhere, man. I mean, I watched Reacher the first couple seasons. Well, it's only 2 seasons, but I watched Reacher. I really liked the show. I know Alan Ritchson from he played one of the Ninja Turtles back in the Megan Fox Ninja Turtle days. He also was in Titans. He played Hawk, and then he's also from Blue Mountain State, which I think they're actually coming out with a sequel series as well. So, anyways, I mean, he's been around. Fast and Furious 10 as well. So, Alan Ritchson comes out in his recent interview with Hollywood Reporter, and this is coming from Bounty in the comments, by the way. Shout out to these guys. Ritchson commented on the case of 26-year-old Breonna Taylor. We know that whole story. They're going to falsify the fuck out of it, of course. But, which is hence why he's wearing a shirt, is because he's blindly following this agenda, but whatever. The picture in question saw the Reacher actor wearing a black t-shirt with a caption that read, "Arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor," with a post that declared, "The dog might be tired, but I'm not, long road ahead." And of course, here's him getting roasted in the comment section, rightfully so. So let's go down here. Addressing the image, the actor shared in August of 2020, that was a tragic case. Cops get away with murder all the time, and the fact that we can't really hold them accountable for their improprieties is disturbing me. Or improprieties, I should say. I'm sorry. I'm fucking retarded. Is disturbing to me. We should completely reform the way that we do it. Here we go. Reform, right? I mean, you shouldn't have to spend more time getting an education as a hairstylist as a cop who's armed with a deadly weapon. He responded, or he went on to propose. I can't fucking read today. I'm sorry, guys. We should make it very hard for people to make mistakes or abuse power in our institutions. Let me say that again. We should make it very hard for people to make mistakes or abuse power in our institutions. So basically what you're asking for are robots, which is essentially going to happen anyways, Alan. Let's continue. Responding to his outrageous generalized claims, the Fraternal Order of Police organization reported on social media, taking to Twitter to address Ritchson's comments. I'm just going to read it straight from the tweet right here. So this is coming from these guys. He says, while Ritchson gets his face and forehead powdered on set, our officers are doing a job he doesn't have the courage to do. Burn! While he gets to hear loud pops and have blanks fired at him, shots fired, no pun intended, our officers feel the heat of the bullets as they pierce their skin. There are no take twos or take threes in real life, Mr. Ritchson. We have people who want to kill us, and we play for keeps. Bars. Just another useless Hollywood actor virtue signaling for attention at the expense of brave police officers around this country. Go back to your pampered life and get the hero and let the heroes handle this. Whoever tweeted this out needs a job at a record label. Actually not, because I just found out what they do at some record labels, man. And it's quite troubling. On Tuesday, Ritchson would take to social media to respond to FOP's social media posts, sharing a post on Instagram in which the Reacher actor decried the organization's comments, labeling their response as emotionally immature. Wow. Imagine telling guys that get shot at all the time, guys that nobody else wants their fucking job. They get paid like shit, depending on where you live. Or what county or what state you live in, right? What else? They get harassed on a daily. They get people watching them on a daily. When you're driving on the road, you always see people not wanting to drive in front of them. So you got that as well. You got people wanting to literally ride. Slow down. You'll see people. I know I'm going on a side topic, whatever. But you'll literally see people driving on the road. It's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. I'll see somebody roll right past me going like 60 in a 45. Cop is on in the left-hand lane. they're in the far right. They'll literally see the cop and they'll slow the fuck down all the way to where they're impeding traffic just so they're not driving in front of the cop. I'm just like, bro, like, the logic in people nowadays, man, it's crazy. I don't know where that came from, but whatever. Alan Ritchson, the audacity of this dude, because before I read his response to these cops, the audacity of this dude that wants to say that they need to be held accountable. A gun needs to, pretty much a virtual. I need to reiterate virtual. A virtual gun needs to be put to their head whenever they're making any kind of decision, whenever they have the uniform on. He literally said they need to be held accountable. I will say this. Cops do need to spend more time in training, in school, in the academy. More than and again, I don't know if the academy is better than on the job training, like them being in the streets, but obviously it's more safe, especially when you get into a life and death situation. So I will say I do believe that cops need a little more training than a hairstylist. Like the academy needs to be longer than a hairstylist school. That's for damn sure. But what I will say is, well, they did own you in this tweet and in their response, Alan, because you're not the one taking real shots. You're not the one that's daily getting harassed. Twitter comments and Instagram comments on your post is not harassment. It's called the internet. There's no such thing as cyberbullying. Alan Ritchson, in his response, says, this kind of emotionally immature response is the epitome of what concerns me about law enforcement today, wrote the actor as he proceeded to declare. If this is how leadership handles a peaceful disagreement, what does life look like for those unseen interactions in the street? So he's implying from their tweet that in the streets, they're horrible fucking people. Cops are the fucking worst. They're the bottom of the barrel of society is what Alan Ritchson is saying. Where the fuck does this guy get off at, man? I don't understand. It is well known that actors are the worst people. I wouldn't even say actors. Entertainers, celebrities are the worst people in the world. And they do the most grimy shit in the world. There's things that celebrities, that probably even Alan Ritchson himself had to do to get that role of Reacher.
I did that for a good amount of time and left it after 2017, after my trip to LA. We had a pretty good record label opportunity, but they just wanted to do some very, I guess I would say some weird activity just to get the contract. So we denied that, and I pretty much fell off the map till 20.
Wait. Sorry. No, Diddy, but can you tell us what the weird activities were?
And yet, you guys want to sit here. Oh, Reacher's such a good show. Yeah, it is. Reacher's a great show. I enjoy it. Alan Ritchson is great in the show, as he is in everything he's been in. But let's keep it a buck, fam. I will drop Alan Ritchson off just like I dropped off Will Smith. Just like I said, look, fam, enough is enough. I'm not supporting this BS. I'm not going to sit here and go against my morals when I clearly know. And again, this isn't I can separate the artist from the art. Don't get me wrong. CM Punk is a perfect example of that. Of how I can be a fan of somebody in the ring and not a fan of them as a human being. Alan Ritchson has now fallen to that category. I cannot sit here and let Alan Ritchson say the things that he's saying about the police force, about police officers in general, and sit here and say, oh yeah, but I love his show, and he's, nah, fam. We're talking about what you're talking about. We're sitting here talking about Alan Ritchson targeting cops now because it's such a hot subject. Alan Ritchson is a walking billboard of woke agenda on it. If that Instagram post wasn't enough, let's keep reading what his response is. Ritchson inquired, how does this shape the character of those police officers looking into management? Do you really want individuals so easily angered who bully the school children to have a gun and the protection of an untouchable union? I don't. What a fucking retard. How does this make people that want to move up the ladder and that are police officers that want to move up the ladder? How does this make them look? The fact that they would get so easily angered that they would tweet at me because you had a stupid ass fucking interview. You made a stupid remark and generalized the entire profession. It's the same problem I had. I had an even worse problem with Brody Lee, what he said a couple years ago about cops. Because he literally put up a picture and pretty much saying that all cops need to die. I am a son of a cop. I grew up, my dad was a policeman. So if you think that I'm not, you think I'm just going to sit here and say, oh, wow, man. No, I'm not. I know what's a joke and what's not a joke. And when I see these motherfuckers out here virtue signaling and literally virtue signaling for violence, that's a huge fucking red flag. And that's a huge fucking issue that I don't play around with. Whether it's a police officer, whether it's a fucking teacher, whether it's anybody, I don't care. If you're a celebrity, if you're somebody out here and you have all this influence, you have a big-ass platform, and you're out here spewing out bullshit. First of all, Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend had a dead body in the trunk of their car. Enough said. We don't need to know anything else. Shut the fuck up. Second, Alan Ritchson takes a picture with this exact message about Breonna Taylor and saying we need to hold all these people accountable and blah, blah, blah. You don't know the whole story. It reminds me of the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing. There's still people to this day, that think that Kyle Rittenhouse is racist. I'll let y'all sit with that and think about that one. Think about the case and the quote-unquote victims of that case, and then come back to this exact video where I just made that comment, and you'll realize why I said it. Anyways, let's move on to what Alan Ritchson is continuing, this hole that he's continuing to bury himself in, because I'm loving it. I'm loving the fact that Alan Ritchson is continuing to bury himself in this hole that he's not going to be able to get out of. To the FOP, you belittle me for being incapable of demonstrating bravery, but I believe that's exactly what I've shown. Really? Y'all have a very skewed idea of what bravery and courage is nowadays, but don't even get me started on that. The actor argued, you've haplessly fired multiple shots at me simply because I have called for more accountability. So now Alan wants to cry about accountability. He wants to cry about a tweet and say that multiple shots were fired at him through a fucking tweet. If I had that meme of you started it of what's that dude's name? Steven Yeun from Beef, where he has that you started it meme. If I had that, I would use it right now. Because Alan, you're the one that started it. He then stated, I did this knowing people like you would crave a pat on the back and zero accountability, would criticize me. I'm going to read that again, because I did not like that. I did this knowing people like you who crave a pat on the back and zero accountability would criticize me. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? I thought this dude was American. I'm not saying you have to walk around and suck cops' dicks or shit, but bro, to tell a police officer that you are craving a pat on the back with zero accountability, to even remotely say that, bro, bruh. These celebrities have gone off the deep end for this shit, bro. And y'all wonder why I say that we need more Patrick Mahomes of the world that just say, hey, I ain't talking about none of that. I'm here to talk about football and only football because that's what I do. We need more actors to say, hey, I'm only talking about movies and whatever the fuck I'm in and entertainment. I ain't talking about all this other shit that I have no idea what it is because you don't live in our fucking world, Alan Ritchson. You don't live in our fucking world, Molly Ringwald. You don't live in our world, Kirsten Dunst. So don't come out here and say that we represent this person or this minority group or this. We need more of this or we need accountability for that when you have no idea of the situation. Let alone the crime that Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend committed. And yet you're still looking to die on this fucking hill? In the name of trying to own cops through a fucking tweet? This is where we've gone in humanity now. This is where we've gone in terms of stardom and in terms of Hollywood and the celebrities and the influencers. They don't know what reality is. Because if you look at what they had to do to get there, it wasn't based off of talent. Talent was maybe only 10% of it. A lot of it is getting on their knees.
Before the big homie might send you up to the label, they'll have a conversation where they politicking on what's going to happen to you. And it was one of those things that we just had someone that was really looking out for us saying, hey, this is what it's going to be. Going inside a room, you got 3 options. One of them was to have sex with a swan, which it sounds fake. You wear these robes on, and you can choose to have sex with a swan with like 11 other men. The other one
swan?
was
Like
wait.
Stop the show. A swan?
A swine, pig, a pig.
Oh,
It's a pig.
wait, actual animal.
Yeah, an orgy with an animal, but it's recorded. Now, the thing is, they don't really tell people that part. A lot of people that'll talk about like the gay sex, but there are other options outside of homosexuality, bestiality, just anything that could demean you. Like with women, they get like 15 some, getting gangbanged by like 15 people. So
Yeah.
it's got to be degrading, and it's got to be bad enough to where you would do anything to make sure that footage don't come out.
Wow, that's how they get you by the balls, literally. Damn.
A lot of it is just being a yes man or being a yes girl. But most of it is to spew out hate. Only the best do it. So he goes on to say, standing up to impossibly large institutions takes courage. To an extent. I'll give him that. I've never been, it's just obviously the institution that he's trying to take on. Probably not the smartest one. I've never been a fan of blind allegiance. Whoa. Wait, what? He's never been a fan of blind allegiance. What is he doing right now, bro? This dude is virtue signaling. He's been doing it for years. We just now found out about it because we didn't look into, obviously, his post. I didn't look into this guy at all. I just enjoyed what he was in. That's a great actor. Oh, whatever. But this is why I don't follow many celebrities, many actors especially, on social media. For this very reason. Because I don't give a fuck about what you think about personally. I just think you're talented. And I enjoy your work. That's all. But to come out here and now be a hypocrite, now contradict yourself on top of that and say, I've never been a fan of blind allegiance. Then what the fuck do you call what you're doing right now? You didn't come up with this shit on your own. You don't give a shit about who the fuck Breonna Taylor was. Because if you did, you would have looked into it. And if you would have looked into it, you would have put 2 + 2 = 4. And you would have understood, oh yeah, these people were pieces of shit. Not saying they deserve to die, but I mean, there was a dead body in their trunk. So maybe I should not try and die on the hill of whoever the fuck, Taylor, and then come out here and say, especially an entire Instagram post and say, oh, the people that were responsible for this need to be held accountable. Fam, you can't even hold yourself accountable and while sitting down in an interview with Hollywood Reporter about a photo that you posted 4 fucking years ago that still doesn't make any sense. And on top of that, you're getting cooked in the comments. I've never been a fan of blind allegiance, which is dangerous and fertile ground for fascism. A political persuasion I'm averse to. I also believe two truths can be held at the same time, Ritchson claimed. There are absolutely many good and brave cops. Oh, wow, he's pulling this card now. After everything he just said, he's pulling this fucking card now, which is very, very intriguing to me. There are absolutely many good and brave cops who deserve the public's gratitude and certainly have mine. But yet, just not even 5 minutes ago, you were saying, again, contradiction, right? Not just 5 minutes ago, this cat was just saying, literally, this dude was just saying, what do you say about the pat on back shit? Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because literally you were just saying not too long ago in this very same article, oh, I knew that you guys that wanted a pat on the back and with zero accountability were going to be coming out and criticizing me. Because I am holier than thou. Sitting on your fucking pedestal. Because what? You're an actor? And you've lost all sense of reality. I got to say this, man. I'm not a boycotter. Y'all already know. I don't need to go through all that. But I'm seriously considering like going out of my way to not watch any of this dude's shit anymore, bro. How do you lose all of your Reacher fans in a span of 5 minutes after 2 phenomenal seasons? Well, guess what? This is how you do it. Anyways, guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. What do you guys think about Alan, bitch, Ritchson, whatever the fuck? It's your boy Corn. I am OUT, ladies and gentlemen.